With the Braves acquiring free agent Marcell Ozuna, the outfield is just a bit crowded. How crowded? Let's get into it.
I'm Kelsey Wingert, and you're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Hi, this is Phil Necro. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
This is Walk the Banks. I'm on deck with Tyler Redmond.
Welcome into On Deck. As always, drop a comment, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so that you can be the first one to watch new content that drops. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Now, a couple of days ago, Marcell Ozuna signed a one-year, $18 million deal to play for the Atlanta Braves. So it seems that the 2020 Braves starting outfield is shaping up to be Marcell Ozuna, Ronald Acuna, and Nick Markakis. But what about the guys left over? Right now on the roster, you have at least two extra outfielders. Ender Inciarte is an amazing center fielder, acquiring 3 straight Gold Gloves, and could have gotten a 4th had he not gotten injured last year. But his stats at the plate pale in comparison to his talents on the field. Last year he had a .246 batting average and a .343 on-base percentage. Not bad numbers at all, and yes, there was an injury involved, but his value to another team is a lot greater than his value on the Braves right now. There are teams that need an outfielder. The Cleveland Indians could use him after losing Yasiel Puig to free agency, or possibly even the Cubs. It could lead to a Chris Bryant trade. Yes, that's still technically a possibility right now. But if I was to throw my opinion, it would be that it is very unlikely for that deal to happen. If the trade was to happen with the Cubs, it would be Ender and Duvall, and possibly more in the farm system. I think that it is likely Ender plus some can get traded before the start of the season, as their necessity to the Braves' success has dwindled lately. If the Braves truly believe in the farm system, which I firmly believe they do, the Ender Inciartes are expendable. What does that say for the rest of the roster? I think Nick Markakis is soon to be a bench bat. Now, that's a year or two away, but he's getting up there in age, and with these young prospects coming up, he'll fall into that same situation that Ender is in right now. The Braves have a very crowded outfield right now, which is always a good problem to have. That's why when all these people on Twitter and the comment section, which, by the way, I really appreciate any comments you leave me, but that's why when these guys thought that the Braves were scrambling and fell into getting Marcell Ozuna the other day, I disagreed. I think every decision that AA has made has been very diligent and well thought out. These baseball executives, whether or not you think so, have backup plans to their backup plans. But the Braves don't have to stress out. What does falling into something actually look like? All you have to look at is last year's Philadelphia Phillies, who are looking to compete fast and paid over $300 million to one player, in Bryce Harper. The Braves look to get the most for the least, which is what some fans hate. I, on the other hand, appreciate that the Braves don't jump at just anything. We know what a bad product looks like. I mean, the years of the rebuild were dreadful, but they got us somewhere. They made us a World Series capable team. Now, we don't need to waste it. So I don't think that the Braves are going for a Chris Bryant trade with the Cubs, but maybe they can get an arm for Ender and Duvall. You remember last year that Shane Green and Mark Melancon and Chris Martin, they all came in because Luke Jackson was left out on the mound too long, too many times. So there's a few ways this could go down. Either before the season ever begins because the Braves see a problem early and address it, or later because they find it in regular season play, as they did last year. Now, I'm expecting a bit of backlash when suggesting that a fan favorite is going to be traded away. But hear me out. You can't leave a guy like Ender on the bench. He's way too talented in the field. It would almost be a disservice to him if that was the case. But also, from the Braves' perspective, you have Charlie Culberson, plus Johan Camargo, plus Austin Riley, possibly other guys who are AAA coming up soon. Need I mention Christian Pache and Drew Waters? The Braves won't have to go get an outfielder. They'll just bring him up. They may have to go get something else, though. Whether that be a starting pitcher or a reliever, we'll have to wait and see. Either way, I really feel like they'll use at least Ender Inciarte and possibly Adam Duvall, and that if it's worth it, even more. That's just my opinion, and I know you're going to have one, so bring it to the comment section. I always try and respond to all of them. Also, if you're a baseball fan, and if you have watched this video this far in, I assume you are a baseball fan. Go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications so that you can be the first one to watch any of my content. As always, I appreciate all of your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Deck.